Ms. Sawako Takagi. Ms. Takagi's speech is entitled, What Brings Peace? Ms. Takagi, please come to the podium.
Are you satisfied with your lives? Japan is now a very rich country where most of us can get whatever we want whenever we want it. If we are hungry, we can just go and buy something from the convenience store. If we are lonely, we can call or mail our friends with our cell phones. However, despite all this wealth and convenience, are you really satisfied with your lives? In a recent survey researching the satisfaction level of people's lives, Japan only ranked 46 in the world. Some researchers predict that the rate of satisfaction will be in proportion to the GDP, which is gross domestic product. However, Japan ranked third highest for the GDP in the world, but the rate of satisfaction is the worst among the developed countries. How about other countries? In this speech, I will talk about Japan and two other countries, Australia, where I went last year, and Bhutan, which was rated the happiest country a few years ago. However, Bhutan's position is now lower, and Australia, ranked 10th, is now the highest among 3 countries I want to talk about. First of all, how do you define peace? I think people in each country have their own definitions of peace. I asked some of my Japanese and Australian friends. One Japanese friend said that peace is to live comfortably, do what she wants to do, and stay healthy. Another friend said that a person who stays calm and often smiles is a peaceful person. My Australian friends answered that peace is like harmony. Externally, it can mean that everyone gets along with one another. Internally, for an individual, it could mean feeling calm, being really relaxed, no worries, and not stressed or chaotic. There is something similar about these two countries' definitions of peace. How about Bhutan? How do the people in Bhutan define peace? Actually, they define it differently from Japanese and Australians. According to NPOE education, for people in Bhutan, other people are more important than themselves. They feel peace when others are happy. It is interesting to see the differences of definitions among the 3 countries. Obviously, people in Bhutan have a different sense of values or point of view compared to the people in Japan and Australia. Thinking about peace more specifically, what brings peace? Our lives are surrounded by a lot of things and information. However, do they really bring us peace? Sometimes they do, but most times they don't. In Japan, for instance, SNS tools have achieved a remarkable development in a short span of years. SNS provides us with plenty of information. However, there are too many problems or incidents to count related to Facebook or Line. These have become serious Japanese social problems. The most common trouble results in students leaving school because of stressful human relationships. Social media may be used for bullying, and then students may feel that there is no safe place for them at school. They feel stressed, and in the worst cases, there are students who decide to commit suicide. Even if Japanese live in comfort, they do not live peacefully. This is because they are mentally stressed. On the other hand, in Bhutan, cell phones don't spread as much as in Japan, but Bhutan is certainly becoming abundant physically. They have some different problems from Japan. Bhutan is known as a safe country, But recently, crimes by young people tend to be increasing. This is because of the difficulty of finding jobs. Young people who come from small villages commit crimes like pickpocketing and taking drugs. Like this, even if they are becoming physically richer, they are becoming mentally poorer and are no longer satisfied with their lives. It is hard to say that many things in information bring peace. Now, I would like you to think about the differences of lifestyles to see whether lifestyle is related to peace or not. I'm going to compare the lifestyle between Japan and Australia. Japan is famous for overtime and overwork. People go to work early in the morning and go home late at night. They cannot finish their work and go home at regular time. A survey which indicates that Japanese work too much showed that Japanese do not use their paid holidays as much as people in other countries. Generally, Japanese have 18 days paid holidays a year, but only 39% of people take all of them. Surprisingly, 17% of people use none of their holidays. These percentages are the worst in the top 24 developed countries. Japanese spend a lot of time for working and work rather than spending the time for family and friends. On the other hand, in Australia, people spend a lot of time with their family and friends. They really cherish the time. People go to work in the morning and go home as soon as they finish work. It is rare to do overtime in Australia. This is the big difference between Japan and Australia. People in Australia live a slow life and they are satisfied with their lives. We Japanese are surrounded by plenty of things and information, and we tend to want them more. However, as I said, they don't always bring peace. I think the most important thing to be peaceful is to be satisfied with our lives. Internal peace can lead to social peace. If we can get more satisfaction from life, we may be kinder to friends and other people. That may solve problems like bad human relationships or bullying. If individuals are satisfied with their lives, there will be a huge effect on improving our feelings of peace. Thank you for listening.